All right, every week we do this. It's called Sumpthin is Brewin, not like spelling out like that, like Sumpthin's Brewin. And I think BYU has pretty much proven that to the world now. Like winning close games. I'm not going to sit here, and I don't think Brent's going to sit here. Maybe he will. I don't know. I'll let him speak for himself and tell you they're the most talented team in the country. But when you talk about Kalani Sitake and the way he coaches, the way they stay aggressive, the way they use the whole field, the way this freshman kid is coming in, and we talked about Bachmeier, and we talked about 47, and we kind of talked about how cool that is, how awesome that is. The dude can play freaking football too. Like, he's not just a novelty of a guy that wears 47. Like, but to start off with BYU, one of 6 teams in all of college football that still have a 0 in the loss column. So that's impressive. The only team in the Big 12 that's undefeated. So there's a lot of things that's going for them, that's going right for them, Brent. But obviously winning games, whether it's close or not, because they've won 3 games of the last 4 games have been by 6 points or less. But
yes,
they've taken care of business and haven't made mistakes, and just beat their big, huge rival for the 3rd year in a row, beating Utah. So I know they love that, by the way, in Brigham Young.
Yeah, that's as good as it gets. And you think, okay, I had this true freshman quarterback. I thought I was going to have another quarterback, and he did whatever it is that he did, and he's now gone.
That's left.
So I've got 47 at QB. Maybe I should run the ball a lot. Well, guess what they do second most in the Power 4? They run the rock. They have the 5th best run block grade for PFF from PFF perspective. For those that BYU fans that don't know, I work for PFF, so that's where all this data comes from. But they're really good at running the rock, and the ability of Bear to be a part of that makes it that much better and that much harder to defend.
Well, and here's the thing. The system is fantastic. Like, how they are using Bear is the way you should use a young quarterback everywhere. Like, it is. And how do you use a kid? Like, I actually texted Morgan Scalley, the DC for Utah, and I was like, he reminds me of Colin Klein because he's a big, strong kid. He keeps his shoulders square, but he's a running back. Like, he knows how to run behind his pads. And I was like, that's a big, strong sucker. And he's like, he's listed at 225. He ain't 225. Like, up. So to be a 235, 45-pound quarterback as a freshman coming in that played linebacker, like, so how do you protect him? A lot of spread formation, a lot of spreading the formation out, a lot of motion. I love what they do with LJ Martin, who's another big physical guy that you got to tackle, which is awesome. So you bought Bachmeier, who's a big, strong guy, Martin, who's a big, strong guy, and now you're running the zone reads. Now you're running the RPOs. Well, now you've got to take into account Bear's legs. And then they're going trips on one side a lot of the times to make it a one side of the field read, like not overcomplicated. They mix in the screen game. They get man-to-man. They're taking shots. Like it's a creative shotgun offense where they move. Brent, I saw this against Utah that I absolutely loved. And again, a little nerdy, but like, the running back dictates where the ball is ran a lot of the time. I saw LJ Martin move from one side to the pistol to the other side and move back before the snap. Like, just to mess with Utah's run keys and how they are. And Bear Bachmeier also can throw the rock. Like, he can also throw that thing on a line. He uses a little bit of touch. Like, he can throw it over the middle of the field. Like, this kid, they mix tempos with him. This offense is very hard to stop, and they can really like slow the game down and make you control the rock a la Vandy. This is a Vandy type offense with a bunch of different looks where they love to run the football and protect their quarterback. And then slowly they asked, their boy Pavia to do more. I think Bear will be able to do that in the future. But when I went and studied him, man, I was very impressed with the young man.
Play action. Well, hey, let's run the ball. Let's run play action. He has a 91.8 passing grade on play action.
And that's because they make it very simple for him. It is clearly stick it in the belly. It is clearly pull it out. They'll stick it in the belly, pull it out, roll the pocket, an easy dump off. Like, it's not they're coaching. They're coaching the game of football really well, and hiding some of the inexperience that he has, because it's hard when you're seeing new things to have to react to them.
And it's one where you have to sort of play from the head. It's best if you play from ahead. That obviously they didn't able to come back in some of these games recently, but it's best for them to play from ahead, because without play action, just drop back game against Utah, he was 1 of 8 for -3 yards. Like, so
minus 3 yards of completion. That's not bad.
Yeah, that wasn't good in that game. But when you're 12 of 15 for 169 and a touchdown on play action,
yep,
you're okay.
So to that point, Brent, I love Roberts out wide too. I think they're really solid out wide with Roberts, with Kingston. Like they're good enough. They'll win the contested balls. But here's the thing: if I'm looking at BYU and how far they can go and how far they can take this against Arizona, they get down, they come back, which I don't like that, because it's slow. They're not able to put in all of this stuff. So like you could see it. Like it was like before the half last week against Utah. Like I'm sitting there watching the tape and I'm like, let's go. Like let's play with some pace. And that's not their thing. But if they can play slugfest, and the line does a great job of zone blocking, like they do such a good job. LJ Martin picks a hole, bursts through it, falls forward every single time. Bachmeier squares his shoulders, falls forward. They stay on schedule and they can continue to do that. Like they can be dangerous, and they can win these games in the Big 12, man. Like they're the Utah style that you've seen in the past. Right? Like
more physical.
Except you're adding the quarterback element that is continuing to grow and get better, but is going to face obviously stiffer challenges as well. And that's called great coaching. And Kalani Sitake is probably going to be the coach of the year in the Big 12. Like nobody had him at this stage being undefeated, especially when you talked about like earlier, you lost your quarterback, man. Like he's gone with the experience, with the athletic ability, and now you're building around somebody new. And it still comes up dubs. Like your coach is a stud. Your coach, like personality-wise, I love the way the fourth down and going for it and aggressive. Like it's who they are. It's what they are. And when you talk to him, like he's just unique. He's different. He's empowering. Like he's got something to him, man, that makes people give their best and do their best. And because he's got a quiet, humble way about him, but at the same time, an aggressive, fun style. So, tip of the cap.
It's a great combination.
Man. Yeah. I mean, he's real. He's real. And he doesn't sugarcoat it, but.
Now, the only problem is the schedule.
Yeah.
Because it gets a lot tougher starting this week. Because obviously, we do the picks segment that was posted earlier on the channel. Made some picks on that game. They go to Iowa State this week, where they are actually underdogs. And then 2 weeks later, Texas Tech, TCU at home, at Cincinnati, UCF at home to finish the season. So you got 3 and really 4, because TCU can score.
Yes.
Like you've got a lot of tough games left can you get and survive and avoid much like that sort of late season collapse that they had last year, where they lost the game late and kind of kept themselves out of the mix.
So I've been around Brent Rollins for a long time, so I can actually decipher exactly what he was going to say, but he realized that we're promoting BYU right now. He was going to say 4 losable games. That's what he was going to say, 100%. And he picked Iowa State. So Utah fans, or BYU fans, excuse me, he already's picking y'all to lose. Like, just saying, like
because I think college football is just going to be chaotic, and we've got to have this season. But actually, when you think about that,
I picked them to lose to Utah. So
in the chaos of this, I picked Utah as well. I think when thinking back on it, but in the chaos of this, when you have a team that runs the football so well, it might be in essence the ultimate trump card in a chaotic sort of version of football, where the transfer portal and the unknowns, and you don't know what you get. When you can just run it down people's throats, that's a different animal in today's football, I think. Whereas 5-10 years ago, you had to be able to spread it out throw it. You had to be able to do those things. Now, this wins you football games.
We're watching old school football return. Like, we've been watching that, like, throughout this season. Like, the 12 personnels, the running it down your throat, like, being more powerful. Like, that is a strength. And nothing screams that more than BYU with a quarterback wearing number 47. Like, one of the coolest things in college football. And BYU, we see you. You got something's brewing.